Hello, one. Hello, all. This is Mr. Lane here. Just want to do my personal baseball thoughts for 2020 thus far. It's not going to be just a Braves video. It's going to be a baseball video in general. Although the Braves did make about three signings, since my last video. Of course, they did Cole Hamels, Felix Hernandez, and more recently Marcelo Zuna. So um, they did that. Um, so that being said, um, let's get to the real business and my personal thoughts on the scandal that involves the Houston Astros. I think Major League Baseball did a solid job with the decision. They had to find the team $1 million. I hear some people on social media saying, "Oh, they should find more than that." Here's the problem: that's the maximum. You're gonna fine or penalize a team for disgusting acts like that. And it was really exposed by Jam Boy, who happens to be a Yankee supporter. I know he's been on, I think, the CBS show. I think he was on the Boomer Esiason talk show. And I think he discussed it at length about the Astros cheating with the banging and the whistling, which, is unacceptable. It's technology, it's unacceptable. If you st- if a It's a difference between technology and a runner at second. See, when there's a runner at second, he's got to figure out what signs they're stealing, and to me, that's fair game. But technology, that's not fair. Runners at second, fair game, because when there's a runner at second, and if you ever watch a baseball game, catchers are going to change the signs every time when it's a runner at second base. That's just the part of the game that is presented. Um, as far as I'm concerned, it's unacceptable. You've had three managers: Boston Red Sox, New York Mets, Houston Astros, all gone. Alex Cora, AJ Hinch, Carlos Beltran, they're all gone. They're done, fired. And that's the consequence when you choose to cheat like this. There are potential major consequences that have to be enforced, and in this case they were. Now, there's this one lady whose name I will not say. She is on Instagram, a very passionate Yankee fan, and she's very good. She says, "Oh, they should get a new commissioner." Here's the problem with commissioners, regardless of the four major sports: the owners of every team would have to approve of a commissioner in their respective sports. That's the problem with all the new commissioners. I'm just telling that as it is. The owners of each sport would have to approve it, just like they did with Manfred. All the baseball teams had to approve. The owners of each team had to do a vote to approve the commissioner. And that goes on in any sport. Now, far as I'm concerned, it's we'll see if the Astros, how good they are, and if the American League West is a more wide open division. If the Houston Astros can win 85, 90 games, I think that's more of a success. But the American League is very competitive. But if there's a team out there that will be a legit threat to them, I believe it would be Oakland. Oakland's always been a very good team. They've always shown a lot of heart, so I consider them a threat. The Angels, I don't know. They're really in the weeds, so to speak, as a team. Yes, they have Trout, excellent player, but it takes more than a Trout to win. You got to have 24 other players to pull their own weight. Same thing in the same thing with Bryce Harper. And I said this to close Philly fans, and they know who they are. I told them it takes more than Bryce Harper to win. I said that last year, and it's going to be again this year. So, it's just not about one player. It's about your 25 man roster, from your first player to your last player. It's from your last pitcher to your first pitcher, vice versa. That's just how it is. Now, as far as the Hall of Fame is concerned, we've seen two nominees for the Hall of Fame. Derek Jeter, which was an obvious slam dunk, that was a no-brainer. Jeter in the Hall of Fame. And then the second Canadian, the other one was Ferguson Jenkins, and the second Canadian is Larry Walker. To me, one of the best five-tool players I ever saw play. Some people say, "Oh, Coors Field, you got in because of Coors." It did not. No, he was part of that 1984 Montreal Expo team, which was a very, very good team. This was prior to their fire sale. I mean, you look at that roster of the Expos. You have, of course, Larry Walker, Marquise Grissom, Moises Alou. They were very, very good players. And you also had a young Pedro Martinez. So this is really the second player from that 1984 Expos squad to make the Hall of Fame. You had, of course, Vladimir Guerrero, but I don't think he played on that team. Tim Raines, who played prior to that. You had Gary Carter. He played prior to that too. So he had some talent before that, before the fact. So Derek Jeter and Vladimir Guerrero, or excuse me, not Vladimir, Larry Walker, made the Hall of Fame, which was great. Let's see what else. What else was I going to say for baseball? Because I was going to do at least a 10-minute video here. I have about like 3 minutes left. But as far as I'm concerned, the Astros got what they deserved. Some people say the penalties were a little bit too harsh or too lenient. I think they got it just right with the Astros here. So that's just my personal thoughts on it. But, cheating in this business, in this sport, is not tolerable. It's unacceptable. Shouldn't be tolerated. It should be punished to the highest extent of the law. Now, if AJ Hinch was to stay with the Astros, he would not have managed the Houston Astros this season because of the 1-year suspension that he was lobbied by Major League Baseball. He would not have been able to manage. Alex Cora, we didn't know what the penalty was going to be with him because he resigned. He got fired. And Carlos Beltran, he resigned. So he's no longer the manager of the New York Mets. So as of right now, these three manager spots are up for grabs. Excuse me. These three manager spots are up for grabs. So we don't know who the managers are going to be for the Astros, Mets, or the Red Sox. So we'll see how 2020 plays out. Maybe, hopefully, in about another couple months, once I get MLB The Show 20, maybe I'll do some baseball predictions. That's all for now. Have a good one.